Hello viewer, I hope you are having a great day. This is Crosscheck and welcome to a very interesting video indeed. Today we're gonna be comparing the startup procedure between the default Airbus A320 against the beautiful fly-by-wire A320. We are not going to get into the MCDU on this video, but if you do want to see the comparison on that one, link to that video is on this one's description. But yeah, we're still gonna be attempting to click a lot of buttons, see how that goes. We're gonna start with the default A320 and then we'll jump into the fly-by-wire. Okay, let's get started, let's waste no time. And I do want to know, I'm going to be using a checklist for this. I'm going to be using the checklist created by Greek Punisher. It is basically made for the fly-by-wire, but it should serve as well for this aircraft. Okay, let's see what's going on over here and see what's going on with the sounds and all that stuff. So, pre-flight checklist. Parking brake should be set. It is. Flaps retracted. Spoilers disarmed, retracted. Engine masters both are off. Engine mode selector to norm. Thrust levers idle. Landing gear lever down. Anti-skid on. And transponder mode on standby. Okay, let's move on with the cockpit preparation. So, batteries both on. Electrical power. Let's do APU. Starting APU. I suppose we should be able to see the APU starting over here, but it seems it's not the case. But I can hear the APU running, so it seems we are good with the APU. Okay, that's cool, I guess. Okay, over here it does say it is available, so APU is available. We will trust the available button. Adheres, those are already set to nav, so you can't really move them or do anything with them. Crew supply. You cannot operate this. Inoperant. Instrument display brightnesses. Let's see. You can move them just fine. Brightness is set to max by default. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. All cool there. Nav and logo set to on. Emergency lights inoperant, but they are set to armed. No smoking. We only have one click. It seems it goes to auto. Can't really put them on, but auto is okay. The radio panels, both are on. At this point we would be entering the MCDU, but we're not doing that on this video. Remember, link for that is in this video's description. So let's continue with the checklist, shall we? Before start, windows, doors closed and locked. Seatbelt signs. We set that to on. Here's where we would check the fuel quantity. We got 10 tons on board. QNH 1015. There we go. APU should be on. It is on. APU bleed on. There we go. Fuel pumps on. Thrust levers idle. Beacon lights on. Now let's do the engine starts, ignition, and let's go with engine numero 2 first. And 256. Engine is doing all right. Let's go for engine 1. I love that sound. The dog barking. I love the dog bark on this aircraft. And 56. We're pretty good. Engines are up and running, so we can continue with the after start checklist. Okay, so parking brake, that is, well, set to on. Engine mode selector now to normal. APU bleed, now it should go off. APU off. Auto brakes set to max. Well, they are already set to max automatically. Spoilers, arm, flaps set to takeoff. Let's check flight controls. Huh. We don't get the flight controls check here. Nope, we do not. Oh well, tough luck. That's the way this goes. Anti-ice as required. Let's turn this on, and let's just make the test of turning these guys on. Yeah, we can definitely turn them on if we so desire. Takeoff configuration inoperant. Ah, that's a bummer. Yeah. We don't get any notifications here of our takeoff configuration and status. That's a bummer right there. Nose light, taxi, runway turn-off lights as required. Now let's turn them on. Before takeoff checklist, cabin crew should be advised. Brake temperatures should be checked. I do not see the brake temperature information here, so I'll just let it be. Transponder mode on. TCAS Tara, it's already there and we cannot. It's in-up. Predictive wind shear, in-up. Packs, those are on and in-up. Nose light set to take off. Landing lights on. Strobe light on. And the aircraft is now ready for takeoff. Okay, let's do the same on the fly-by-wire A320 and see what's going on over there. I think you're gonna be able to see quite a couple of differences. Okay, so here we are now on the fly-by-wire A320, and yeah, let's get right into it. Let's see what's going on with the startup procedures over here. Okay, so one thing I have definitely noticed is very different sounds. I really like the sounds in this aircraft. They are amazing. Anyway, we are doing the same checklist. We are starting with the pre-flight, so parking brake should be set. It is. Flaps retracted. They are. Spoilers disarmed, retracted. Engines masters both off. Engine mode selector to normal. That's the middle position. Thrust levers idle. Landing gear lever is down. Anti-skid is up. And transponder mode standby. Okay, moving on to cockpit preparation checklist. Batteries both on. Yeah, we are getting some really crazy sounds over here. We don't get on the other one. Electric power, let's go straight for the APU. Let's turn that baby on. And let's see if we can get some information about the APU over here. We actually do not, because the screens are off. Because there's nothing generating electricity. That is very interesting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna let this turn on right now. Whoops. So I think it's still on. Hopefully it will go off. Let's just wait a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the external power, because I want the screens in front of us to go on. They don't go on by activating the batteries. We need to get electricity from somewhere else, so we don't deplete the batteries. So what I'm going to go and do is turn the external power. Ooh, that sounds crazy. Just listen to that. Oh, yes. That is magical. And there we go. The screens are now turning on. And everything's looking really good. Now what I'm gonna do is now go ahead and turn on the APU. Let's go down to the screen to see, yep, there we go. We get this beautiful screen where it shows us APU status. Big difference that we got going on over there. Big difference. I really wanted to show you these guys because I think it's fantastic. And APU is now available. Those are great news. Okay, so batteries are on, electrical power, we're getting good power from the APU. Actually, let's turn off the external power. Oh wow, those sounds, it sounds so crazy. It sounds pretty cool. And yeah, the APU is running. Adheres, we can twist those to nav, which is always really cool. Cruise supply on. Instrument display brightness as required. So on this aircraft they are not cranked all the way up, which is really good if it's nighttime because you don't want them blinding you. It's really annoying. So yeah, you can crank them up if you want and as you desire. Maybe not so bright, something like that. That's really nice. One's a little bit brighter. Yeah, super cool. Nav and logo lights on. Emergency lights armed. No smoking on. Radio panels both are on. Yep. This is the point in time when we should go to the MCDU, but we are not going in this video, as I have mentioned a couple of times. You'll find the link to that video on this video's description. So let's do the before start checklist. Windows and doors should be closed. It's really cool. We got our iPad over here and we can actually check the status of the doors and all that from here. Go to ground and yeah, all the doors are closed. Seatbelt signs on. Fuel quantity should be checked. I mean, we haven't messed around with that, so fuel on board we have 9.5 tons. Barometric reference 1015. Takeoff data has been reviewed. Turn the brightness on this. I hate to see it so dim. There we go. APU should be on, and it is. APU bleed on. Internal power we should be disconnected. We are. Fuel pumps on. Thrust levers idle. And beacon lights on. Before engine startup checklist complete, let's now go into the engine starting. So ignition, and let's give it fuel to engine numero dos. So yeah, we're waiting for the N2 to reach 56 and we can continue to engine numero uno. Oh, I love that sound. But I don't know if you guys realized, but there is no dog barking sound. And I love me some dog barking sounds in the A320. Anyway, we can turn on engine numero uno. Oof. Good engine start. Okay, after engine start checklist, parking brake set it is. Engine mode selector back to normal. APU bleed off. APU off. Auto brakes max. Spoilers armed. Flaps set to takeoff. Now we gotta test the flight controls. Let's see. There we go. Exactly what we want to see. Good stuff right there. Good control operation. Anti-eyes as required. Let's turn them on. Yeah, they do work. Takeoff configuration. Click this little button. Takeoff configuration normal. Nose light, taxi. Runway turn off as required. Let's turn them on. And we are super ready to taxi. Let's now do the before takeoff checklist, and we should finish with that. Cabin crew advised. Brake temperatures. Let's check them out. They are pretty chilly, 15 degrees Celsius. We haven't been using them, so yeah, they are pretty chilly, and they do rise in temperature as when you start operating them. So that's really cool. Transponder on. TCAS, Tara. Predictive wind shear. Auto. Packs as required. We can turn the packs off if we so desire. Let's keep them on. Runway turn off lights on. They are. Nose to takeoff. Landing lights on. Strobe lights on. And let's see that everything over here is in order. It is. Fantastic. We are now ready for takeoff. It is very, very impressive what the guys on Fly-by-Wire got going on. I think it's fantastic the job they're doing. If you don't already have this mod, go and get it. It's just fantastic. It's yeah. I mean, you saw for yourself. Oh, that was just a startup procedure, and just see how different one can be from the other. And yeah, and go check the video on the MCDUs. Hope to see you there. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Happy flying. Cross check out.